Alright, welcome to Johnny's Tips and Tricks, and today is a video for my John Deere guys. I have a John Deere 1023E. I've done plenty of videos on attachments and things and how to bypass stuff, and anyway, I bought a 54-inch snow blower. Now, it was very expensive, and then on top of it, they wanted, I don't know, $500 to put together. I didn't want to pay the $500, so I said, you know what? I'm handy. I'll just pick it up, put it together myself. It can't be that hard, right? So I get this thing, and I'm telling you right now, it came in at least 6 different boxes, no instructions, nothing. The manual that it comes with, it's this manual here. It talks about how to put this on and the cables. It doesn't talk about how to put everything else together. Apparently, everybody has them put it on. I don't know. Well, anyway, so it took me, I'd say, a total of 3 to 3.5 hours to put it together, and that was with me figuring out. So it can't take you that long. But I'm going to go through step by step what I did. Now, I didn't do a few things. It comes with an electrical harnesses. I'm going to tell you what I didn't put on. I didn't put on any of this. That bracket goes with that. This, don't know what it's for, but I called them to ask them what this is for, and they said they don't put it on. I don't need it. I didn't put those spacers on, and that's about it. Alright, so the number one thing you got to do is you got to take off this piece right here. This right here holds your deck in place. It's very simple to take off. All you do is, it basically sits in the air like this. This right here and that right there. You pull this pin, you pull that pin, the whole thing drops down, and then you pull this pin, pull that pin, and then release that. Now it's off. That's it. So obviously you take the deck off, and then you take that off. Now, you have to do a couple modifications to your tractor for this to work. And the kit comes with everything. Okay, the first modification that you need to do is this bolt. These 2 bolts and these 2 bolts have to come out. I had to use a breaker bar to get mine off. Once these are out, this plate right here, it's going to come with 2 of these. They're separate. This plate and this plate right here. Here's the plate right here. Okay? These 3 are longer bolts. This top one up here is a shorter bolt. You put this plate on, and then on the other side, you put this plate on. The next thing you do is you bolt this onto the bumper. Now with this here, you're not going to be able to use your weights, and apparently there's an attachment that you can use in order to get your weights on there if you need your front end weights. So now I'm going to warn you guys, the 6 boxes that this came in, all of the pieces in the boxes don't go with what's in the box. As I just decided, you know what, because I was confused for a little bit, I just started putting it together, and as I went to the next box looking at pieces, and I was like, wait a second, that looks like it goes for the thing I already put in. So just open up everything, put them in their respective piles with the boxes, but just know that you might find some parts that go with the other box. So I don't understand why they did that, but they did. Alright, so the next thing is, you have this plate right here. Okay? Now when you get this plate, it has these holes right here. You have one hole here, and in the back, you have another hole. Now this bearing, this right here is actually 2 plates put together. You can't tell right now, but there's 2 plates put together holding the bearing. So you put the bearing in between the 2 plates, and then you bolt it to here. Same thing on the back. I have, maybe you can see the 2 plates this way. There you go. You have the 2 plates holding the bearing. Okay? So that's in. These came with longer and shorter bolts. Apparently, the longer bolts are for that electronic bracket. Or apparently those longer bolts, I don't know if they go in the front or the back, but they go with this bracket right here. Apparently, that now the electronic harness is a safety harness, so it disables your safety where the PT. Apparently, I talked to the guys today. Apparently, it disables the safety if you go reverse. It doesn't shut off the PTO for your. It doesn't shut the snowblower off or something. I don't know, but it's a safety thing. I didn't put it on. I've already disabled my safety for reverse. I did a video on that a while ago because it was very annoying that every time I hit the reverse, the PTO would shut off. So I got sick of it. So anyway, so I'm not using this. I'm not using the safety. I already disabled it. So what you do is after you put this together, you put this guard on. It only has 2 little nuts right here. 2 little bolts and nuts. 1 and 2. You put that on. All you do is slide this gear. You can see right there, it'll slide in and out. So you basically just slide it in. Now this bearing has notches, so you have to kind of turn it in order to make it fit, obviously. So after you get this built, all you do, now these brackets that you put in, basically you go over here. You slide it on. Alright, so the next thing you do is you take your pin, which is in a different box, and you slide it through. Alright, so now that's on. Then, you come over here, or you put the crankshaft onto the PTO. Alright, so you take it, and all you do is you grab and slide. Boom! She's in. Now the next thing you need to do, take this pin, it has all this stuff, they're all over the place, you just have to find them. So the next thing you do is you take this right here and you mount it onto the tractor. Also, this pin with this hook right here, that goes in the center to stop the whole thing from swiveling left and right. Alright, so you set that on there. Make sure these pins, when you set it on, you want to make sure these pins are pulled out. And you just do that to one side. Do that to the other. And then shake it to make sure the pins are in the holes. You can see they're in. Alright, the next thing you do is got to route your hoses through here. Oh, I used this right here for my router and just connected a bolt. Connected it with a bolt and nut right here. And that is right there on the tractor. All right, just like that. All right, so also, before I forget, sorry about this, guys, but I actually did grease the zerts on the, there's zerts, grease zerts that I put, or that I greased up to make sure that everything was on the up and up. It's supposed to come greased, and for the most part they did. I think I only found one that wasn't full. So I did these two also. There's one here and one there. Now, I'm not going to take this apart. It comes with this little itty bitty half moon. Okay? This right here has this pipe coming out of it with a notch in it for that half moon. You tap the half moon down. Half moon down first. The curvy side down. Then you slide this on, and then you have to put that pin in. So you have to hammer the pin. After that, this bad boy goes on. Right here, these 4 bolts. Then you put this holder on, so that keep that off the ground. Now, almost done. Like I said, it took me a little over 3 hours, but I had no instructions. So it's basically me staring at it, looking at it, seeing what fits. So next thing is, now in your instructions, they tell you how to do the rest. Okay? So you do have to take this off to make sure that these cables right here there's some pulleys in here. You have to make sure that they're on the pulleys. Not only that, these hoses right here, these were actually connected inside there. I put everything together and it didn't reach. So I had to put these extensions on. So you still have to take this right here off. You connect those on the inside. It's just unscrew, screw on, and then unscrew, screw these on, and then now they're long enough. Now on this right here, just go to the instructions on how this wiring mess goes. I believe this side, yeah. I'm looking at this side right here. It goes around and then connects to the right screw. This side right here goes the opposite direction and connects to here. At least that's how I did it. Works fine. The only thing that I did have to do is I changed the colors on here. Now I know I wired it right as far as the pulleys go. I know I did. But when you go left, the thing goes right. When you go right, the thing goes left. So now this is gray or black. And this one's yellow. So when I got it, this one right here was gray and that one was yellow. And I just switched it. Now it goes left and right like I like it. I did add a little grease here just to make sure it was full. And it was. And I added a little grease there to make sure it was full. And it was. So now I'm going to go ahead and hook it up. Now we're going to route our hoses. Alright, so the hoses are routed. You might want to put another one of these over here to make sure it doesn't hit your tire, which I'm probably going to do. I'm pretty sure that's everything you have to do. I'm going to show you it running, but I apologize if I missed anything at all. Like I said, I was just winging it as I went along, but everything works. I talked to the dealer this afternoon and showed him all the parts that I was missing and wondering where they went, and pretty much The only thing that, oh, I don't know if I'm going to put these on, but they have these bars right here that are supposed to sit there. I don't see why I need those. But anyway, they give you 2 of those bars, put them on both sides, and those came in different boxes too, by the way. Remember, let me show you how this thing runs. Forgot to mention this guard on that protects this gear. And with that guard on, you can't get this drive shaft on there. So basically what I got to do is Alright, so this is Johnny's Tips and Tricks, and if this helped you out, hit the like button. That helps me out, and I hope this helps.